Yeah, we're filming. So she ended up having to crawl back to a wheelchair, and they ended up letting her, she ended up crawling home, calling for help, and that's it. Yeah. So anyway, I think people that are disabled need to learn to fight as much as everybody else.
Absolutely.
So, as everybody can see, we're doing a little bit of jiu-jitsu today. Let me see if I got this in the right angle. We're here with the famous Rob Velek, who's going to show us some of these important moves for grappling that I'm so out of practice with. He's so good at. Alright. Should my hair be up, down? Doesn't matter?
Probably
It's going to be everywhere.
Yeah. Probably be everywhere.
Top knot?
What's that?
Top knot? Do you like a shogun?
Sure.
No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that.
Whatever you want.
Well, that's what he's wearing in that, right? That's a top knot. That's why he's got that thing over it.
Aha.
Because if you cut the top knot, that's the biggest insult of a samurai.
Ah.
Their hair is like one of the chi flows through their hair from this universe into their hair, right?
That's right. So we're going to start out with just rolling a little bit,
all right,
and then we're going to work into some actual moves.
You're leading. You're in charge.
So, attack. So jiu-jitsu is very defensive, so we want to use our guard to...
That's why you're right on my head.
Yeah, so I've got my right foot on your head. I've got my left leg seeing what I want to do with your right leg over here. I'm just keeping it so you can't step over too far, right? I might switch if you go the other way.
Oh, I see. You switch legs.
Yeah, I got a couple grips going on.
You can elevator me.
Yeah. So I can.
So he's elevating me right here, you see? So if I try to move it, he just poof me right up in there.
Because we're wearing a gi,
yeah,
I'm able to grab these grips. If we were doing MMA and no gi, this would be a lot different, and the placement of everything would be different. At that point, what I want to do is eliminate the space.
Okay.
And what I do at that point is do a guard and close. I want to keep you right close. And as you try and break away and make space, I'm gonna start already moving.
Already moving to side and out of it. And so I'm gonna try to stop that somehow. Like, I don't even know what I would do, but you got my leg. I just got my back.
We pop out to the back that way.
Yeah, you got the back and then you got him.
Yeah. So yeah, obviously the most dominant positions, can you lay on your back?
Yeah.
In any type of fight, in my opinion, is mount, so I can strike, and or back. So roll right over for me.
Oh yeah, then you got.
So back mount and forward mount. This is one variation of back mount because of the way he's placed right now. There's many variations of it. If he decided to roll on his back, then what I would want to do is place my feet on the inside of his thighs, and at some point I'd want to have a seatbelt grip where I'd have control.
Okay. That's not a gable grip. That's called a seatbelt grip.
Of one of his arms and going across his chest over here. Like so.
Hold him so
now, gi and no gi, this would be a good type of a situation to have control. Now, what I'd want to do from here is attack the trunk this way, and I could also hit the body and hit the head. I can also attack the arm this way.
Just about.
And
that's a good move. Nice transition, actually.
And just transition from the back. Also, if my opponent decides to turn into me in any which way, so go ahead, start turning into me.
Try.
That's a way. But okay, so at that point, come back. We'll just go the other way first. Like this. Yeah. Then I could sit into the mountain. He keeps turning, right? So basically, ideally for MMA, I want to stay on top. So I have gravity on my side and continue.
Did I do that right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's been a while.
That's good. Oh, sorry.
Didn't mean to hit you there. It's pretty tough. Look how he holds me like nothing. Cool, you okay?
Oh yeah, totally good.
Sorry about that. Ooh, that would have sucked. It's been a while since I've done any of this stuff. You guys tell me if we're doing it wrong.
No, that's good work. That's
really?
Awesome. Okay, let's roll.
Yeah, because you know what you're doing. I just look like a big idiot. Sorry. Oh, that would hurt.
try it. Nice mount. Now, if I get underneath his arms,
Yeah.
and I want to
Oh yeah, just open his legs up.
flatten him out, he's going to want to come in between my legs, and I keep my heels together. And eventually,
He's gonna go down.
if I could get him down, obviously in an MMA type situation, I could be hitting.
You'd be hitting the whole
entire
time.
time, yeah.
So he's just going, block, block.
And with being able to get on top of my opponent, I'm able to use gravity to hit.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know, hitting from the bottom sometimes is effective, but
I think it's what do you think about hitting like this? I train a lot of that. Laying upside down and practicing punching up.
You know, it's definitely
How do you train
effective.
that? Like, how do you train your body to punch up? Like, it's so hard to do. It's so unnatural.
Yeah, it is absolutely unnatural, yes. And there's no gravity behind it, and it's very difficult to get the core to rotate into those punches to have power. But there are people out there, you know, like Anderson Silva.
Really good at it.
He's really good at it, you know.
What a good workout. Couple minutes.
Other guys.
10 minutes. What we do? A minute there? Good workout.
Yeah, no, not too long.
John, I forgot about workout jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
So awesome.
Absolutely.
And it's so good. Just a few minutes with a professional view like this, you learn so much.
Yeah, I've
actually learned a few moves that I forgot just by mauling me. Which is okay, because that's how you learn. You gotta be willing to be beaten up, or else you're never gonna learn a thing.
Yeah, and that's absolutely true. The only time you really do learn is when, you know, we come up against an obstacle where we have to learn to do something a different way to be able to
give up the strength and go with the move.
Yeah, exactly.
It's tough to do that. It's easy to try to force your way through stuff, but I'm noticing that it's not. I'm not going to win either way. I've got to find the right technique.
Yeah.
The strength is irrelevant.
Well, you know, it does play a role, and especially if we fight against the strength, it's going to play a role where we're going to get tired faster.
Yep.
But, and it does play a role where we can use it to create space to be able to escape or to possibly finish. But it's got to be really used intelligently, so it doesn't tire us out, because we only have so much of that strength, and you know, we might actually be fighting for an hour.
I guess.
You know, you never know.
You mean like a street fight?
Yeah, exactly. There's no rules, right?
Street fighting is so different. That's why I think it's so important to think about street fighting, even when you're in the ring. Is what if you're in the, you know, maybe not do it, but what would you do if you were in the street and there's a guy here and two more coming running up behind you? You know, you're gonna be in a totally different situation.
It's going to be a completely different situation every time.
Yeah.
And to be able to
Tell me that we can find a few guys and actually teach a little bit of that. Maybe I'd like to try some seated training where I practice from a seated position and having people attack me. And maybe get a couple people just because I have quite a few disabled followers that are on my channel, and they're always asking for more. You know, what do we do against a couple people?
Definitely.
Like, you know, maybe one day we can do that as well. It'd be cool. Like, I just feel so bad every time I read about people getting hurt, like that are disabled. It's like, wait a minute, they can't. You know, why would you pick on them? Well, it's obvious because they're such an easy target.
Well, the one disabled fellow that I do know, and I don't know if I could even call him that, and I don't know him very well. I watched him compete at the World Championships.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if he's disabled at all.
He had no legs, and he took off his prosthetic legs.
Wait a minute, I know a guy that does that.
And, oh really?
Yeah, he's a Facebook friend of mine.
Oh no, wait, well maybe
Jiu-Jitsu guy, could be, and he's a world champion, takes his legs off and all and he fights his legs.
Yeah.
Isn't that a funny small world? I can't think of his name, but he's an amazing dude.
I forget his name right now, it debates me, but
yeah, that's amazing. And what about the fellow that lost his hands in the war?
I'm not
in the Iraq War. This fellow lost both hands, blown up an IED. MMA guy, came back from the war, really depressed, so they made him a pair of prosthetic hands that have tungsten.
Oh wow.
So he's come back and he's just awesome fighter, but he's so dangerous, nobody will fight him.
Oh wow.
Because, I mean, you just watch him fight, he just throws one punch out. Bong.
Really?
Yeah, tungsten steel, right? Bong.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's one fight where he hits a guy and boom, blood absolutely everywhere, the face just caved in. Yeah, so that's why most people won't actually fight the guy. So he's actually fighting the UFC to get back in because they've unsanctioned him now because the people are too afraid to fight him.
Really? Wow. I did not know that.
I've actually written to him and said, if you let me wear my prosthetic knee brace, I'll fight you with your tungsten hands. Because I have a tungsten brace. As long as I can knee right into it, no problem.
There you go.
I get a weapon too then.
Yeah.
But, you know, I said, look, it's so unfair, dude, I'll fight you. If you get an exhibition match set up, I'll come in and do an exhibition with you. Sure, that's so unfair. Poor guy having to take on the UFC like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, let's, you know what, maybe we'll do a couple stand-up things. Like, you know, people, like, I can't remember, I remember a few different arm bars and chicken wings, half Nelsons and stuff like that. But like for someone coming up and grabbing you, there's a couple really good techniques on how to basically restrain them.
Okay.
So let's do a couple of those.
Yeah.
All right. So I think it's really good to know how to fight standing up as well. Some people you can't always get to the mat. Sorry about that. Some people are just, you know, like yourself, almost impossible to get down to the mat. So you got to find a way to keep, unless you want to go.
What's that?
Someone like yourself would be hard to get to the mat.
Yeah,
if you didn't want to go.
Definitely.
So,
if I didn't want to go, then
right.
Then it'd be very, very difficult to get me there.
So this is. So I think it's really important to know. I think it's called jiu to do this, the stand-up grappling.
Okay.
And jui is the ground stuff, or as far as what they call it in judo or jiu-jitsu. My Japanese is not that great.
The way I like to take people down, the first type of control is I like to go for a body lock. Now and I sort of learned that in MMA.
Front body lock?
Yeah.
Okay.
And in Jiu-Jitsu, we've got the kimono, so we've got a lot more grips happening at this point, and we wouldn't really be using these grips. Instead, we'd probably be going for the collar tie and slipping in for the body lock. But even though that's the case, I still like going for the body lock, and usually what I end up in is an over-under with a good guy, because he's not going to just let me get a body lock on, right? So what we're going to start off with is ranging. Now, in a grappling type situation, I like to keep this front hand low to protect against the single leg shot, which I've been taking down at the Worlds a couple of times.
Yeah, that's a good point. Having that leg arm there.
So I like to do that.
Let me just turn this off. Sorry about this. I don't know why my phone is ringing so much. Let me turn it off here. Never rings, and all of a sudden. But you're right. I think that's a great idea, having that arm right down in front of the leg.
And I like keeping this hand up high.
Sure.
Sometimes I reach and see. Now, in a non-grappling world, I don't like dropping my front hand. I do it sometimes, and I block with the shoulder. You know, in an MMA world where people are trying to kick and punch you as well, I like keeping that hand up. You know what I mean? Just, you know, there's so many phenomenal guys out there nowadays, and look at Anderson Silva, right? I mean, I don't really need to say more at this point. And he left his hands down and didn't work out.
No, it doesn't always work, does it?
So in a mixed martial arts world, it would be like this. In a grappling world, I like to keep that hand down. I want people to grab me up top. I might reach for the sleeve. And now, in this type of a situation right here, I would attempt an arm drag. So as I have the sleeve right here, I'm going to grab his tricep. At the same time, I'm going to step in and pull in this way. Now, from here, if I really want to get fancy, I could grab him and completely toss him in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
I don't like wasting that much energy, and some guys might resist that.
Yeah.
And you know, and you might also hurt somebody, especially on the street. So what I like to do is, you know, it takes a lot less energy, and in my opinion, it's just as effective. Is right here, is I just drop my back leg behind my opponent.
Backwards.
And drop backwards.
I hope with the energy.
No, not at all. And then as we roll backwards, if he starts to roll away from me, I'm going to start to go for the back. If he turns into me, I'm going to secure side mount. And
much less energy there.
Much less energy, and I got a nice controlled situation. In a mixed martial arts world, you know.
You're in a perfect
I'm gonna start hitting right away.
Right now.
But I don't know. you know, I'd have to be really confident with my positioning to unload. Otherwise, I'm just hitting, and I'm keeping my position, you know, before submission or knockout in mind, because
just in case.
Yeah, just in case, exactly, because you know.
It's really smart fighting because you never really know.
You never really know, yeah, and you'll be able to hit the guy when you secure your position better. Right there, our position wasn't really secured. You know, if he would have rolled, and I was just concentrating on striking, then I would have lost the position altogether.
That's right.
So that's just a situation that came to mind right there.
Straight down backwards, take them back straight back.
So what I want to do is, if I can get that grip, and he happens to allow me to take that arm, or even if he resists, and he doesn't square up to me at this point, then I can step in and grab that tricep. And once I have that tricep, then I just step around to the side. Yeah. This is a little bit of Greco that I've done, and accommodated it into my grappling style, because I worked with Greco.
No, that's what I did in high school myself. Greco's awesome. It's helped me many times in balancing. I constantly switched to Greco, and I never had to hurt the guy.
Yeah.
You know, and that's before I even learned jiu-jitsu. We just from high school, just remembering a few things was all you need to do. It's just control. If nobody knows I wrestle, it's easy. Just holding it. But then the problem is they start biting you. Yeah. People don't realize that people bite. They bite and scratch and gouge. The reality is, in fights, real fights, you do get bit, scratched, gouged. I can attest. I almost lost an eye already once.
So it's really important to have control of my opponent's limbs, or not even control, just really be aware of the placement of all of that kind of stuff. You know, if the biting's involved, then you know, we want to be underneath the throat, and we want to be aware of where the mouth is at all times, and be away outside of its range. Yes. And if it's in range, then we've got to, if this is something that our opponent's going to be doing, then we've got to be able to block it, right, if it's in range. You know what I mean? And be aware of it, and keep a hand on it the whole time. You know what I mean? Or
this probably would have been a better way to go. I didn't do that.
Well, you know, we can also knock them out.
No, I rolled two and let him go, and said, dude, better walk away, don't come back at me again, and he did.
That worked even better, talking your way out of it.
I tried, and then he attacked me, and I had to go. But no, he was given every chance to leave. I even twice let him go. Just go, please, just go. I don't want to hurt you. People are like that, though. They want to fight. They think, you know, fighting is cool, and it's not a cool thing. Especially on cement. He got really hurt bad, and, you know, partly me, partly the cement. Right? It may not even be me. Cement can do all the damage. You just had to fall right, and he fell really hard, and, you know, I didn't stay to watch. Yeah. But, you know, but it's the kind of thing that I look back and I think, God, I wish I'd have known proper grappling. Yeah. I could have dealt with it without, I could have, you know, I think of these, like this one we learned I wouldn't be able to do it with you, but you step in and you Eskrimo, arm in like that, and you bring the guy down, and your elbow goes right behind the neck, and you just fall on his back of his neck with his arm up like this.
Oh, I don't know that one.
It's deadly, because you can then just right paralyze his arm. Yeah. And they come at you with a stick or a knife or a sword, and you just jump in. Wow. Yeah, it's very quick. Yeah, it's kind of moves you do only if someone's coming in with a weapon to kill you, and you only have one move you can do, and that's it. Definitely.
See, I really specialize in mostly tournament jiu-jitsu and you know, like regular self-defense.
Cool.
But
well, let's do another self-defense move. Like just as like, you know.
Well, let's do one where somebody comes up.
Behind us. Yeah, someone comes up and
grabs around us.
Yeah.
Now.
Bear hug.
This is one of those situations where right away things I need to protect is does my opponent have or my perpetrator at this point, I'm the victim, does my perpetrator have a weapon? If not, okay, well the next thing I'm going to need to protect at this point is my neck. So I'm going to turn into what some of my teachers would say is the turtle, and raise my shoulders. Now the next thing I want to do is face down and make my center of gravity low so they can't lift me. And now I've got to decide which way I'm going to go. Right. So I'm going to take a look between my legs and pick a direction. Okay, and as I pick a direction, what I'm going to do is drop down like this, and I'm going to step in behind.
Yeah, yeah.
And at this point,
He's almost falling over.
are you hanging on?
Oh, he just barely.
Okay, I'm just going to pick my opponent up like this and bring him down to the ground.
Yeah, that's less energy than I was thinking. I was thinking going back with him, but yeah, why just do exactly the same thing?
Well,
And now you're sitting there, look at the positioning.
And we're in a great position right now.
Yeah.
Now, depending on the situation, you know, we probably, if the person's a lot bigger than us, we might want to drop them a little bit harder, right? So they break their grip. So then afterwards we boom and get out of here.
Yeah.
Right? Otherwise, you know, if it's in a more equally matched space, all I need to do is at this point is to secure my opponent, and you know, he's really. I would either secure him here or mount him and sit on top of him. You know what I mean? And if I needed to, I could hit him. I could also grab different types of locks. And this is a very, very dominant position, and most people, you know, they'll result into talking very quickly in a situation like this.
Very good. Right on. All right, I'm going to take a break. We've done a couple minutes of recording. Thanks for watching.